Hey guys, what's up? It's Jay again, and we're back with more logging, of course, on Rogue River here. So we're going to be working to expand this cut here, this block. Got a few, I waited out the night just so that it would be brighter in the recording. I think I'm going to avoid working at night, maybe for the next while in the game, just to make things more visible and nice and all that. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep working on with this new setup that I came up with last video for this particular spot, and I'll probably be using it for for most places until I get a lot of more updated and better equipment. All right. So we're just pretty much just dropping trees for our next round of processing. I'm gonna do this probably one or two more times. Oh, I, for whatever reason, turned down the time excel. That would have been a long, okay. There we go. Now everything's back to normal. Yeah, we'll get a few more here. Yeah, so the save has been coming along rather well. I'm actually rather pleased with it. We're making some decent progress in terms of money. Hopefully, I'll have enough cash after finishing up with this area to really expand and get somewhere else. Also, some new equipment. I really want to get like a good bulk of equipment before I move too far away from the mill. So that's pretty much what these first couple episodes are, is building up the cash base for it. And then we'll get to some of the more insane areas of the map. Let's take a few more here and there. And as I go to hitch them up, that's when I'll cut the stumps. Alright. I think that's the last one. Yeah, we'll just get the rest of this just so we have some visualization. Yeah, we're starting to get into the really steep terrain here. You can start to see it's starting to pick up in terms of grade. Like, jeez, you can see almost the entire mill from the top of the hill. And then I think, yeah, I'll move sideways a bit more that way to do... actually, I think I'll get to the top of the hill in this particular direction. I'll put that away because it's just making noise. And then we'll work I'll do the same thing starting at the bottom on the angle, rather than just trying to make this cut wider. Go for 2 here. Probably should cut that. No, come on. Is there any more further back? Yep. Actually, I think I can get all 3 of those. So we'll grab you first. We're going to cut that. And then we'll drag it forward. Didn't actually mean to do that. Oh, okay. No, I guess we're just dragging the one then. I was going to try to pair those, bunch those 3 together, but I guess it was having none of it. Yeah, but this way it's a lot cleaner, make a lot more progress. I did clean up a bit between off camera. That's what I spent most of the morning doing in the night there with the skid steer, just fixing up the deck there so it doesn't look so crazy, and cleaning up the stumps and the ends that got cut, just to make life easy. I'm a little concerned that this might not stack nicely. So we'll give it a nudge right here first. Yeah. It'll have to do. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with how well this thing performs on the slopes. I was expecting it to be nowhere near as nice to handle, but no, it gets the job done, even on this relatively steep slope. Oh boy. I guess having a 150 horsepower tractor doesn't hurt at all for this. I'm gonna see if maybe I can use the skid steer to kick the tops there out, straighten them up with the rest of the pile. I don't know if I'll be able to though. I can try. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to pull out my chainsaw. I might just have to use the processor to turn these things. And the bird's broken. Sitting there just hovering above the ground. Come on. Let's go. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Try nudging this. Again. That's mostly in line. How much do we have left? I don't imagine too much. What, like 4 trees? The other thing I have to keep in mind is keep enough room to maneuver all this stuff. I think I could probably do 2 here. Oh yeah, I can do 2. So first thing we'll do is this. More just to get it out of the way of the that, so we can kind of get them on the same level. Gotta do that from the other side there. Alright. Bam. Bam. We'll have plenty of logs to process. And I think I'm probably going to do a loading run after this, just because I don't expect the performance to be very good. And we'll sell some. I honestly have no idea how many loads I have available to me right now, stacked up, or will after this, but it's gonna be good. And we'll just pull this one right in here. Boom. Done and done. Alright, so the last thing I gotta do, or at least try to do, is these trees here on the end. I'm gonna see if I can straighten them out and line them up with the pile. It's not the end of the world if I can't, but it's a nice to have. So we're gonna go like that. Yeah, they're not having any of it. It's just gonna push the tractor over. And there's a lot of... Oh, maybe. How's that going? Ah, yeah. I'm gonna call that close enough. We'll just do that. Come on. Something I tend to neglect to do is... What is the... Yeah, I usually tend to forget to take nice thumbnails, but... I mean, like, close enough. Not ideal, but... Cinch that up correct. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of good timber from this. Yeah, let's see if maybe I can get that. There we go. I think I'm gonna bring the skidder in, and we're gonna adjust these piles as we go, just to avoid or the skid steer, sorry, so we can avoid some of the issues we had beforehand. At first, I was not very happy with the skidder. It didn't quite have the oomph that I was looking for, but it's actually proving to be more of an asset than I first thought. Skid steer, sorry, again. Just kind of ignore that. I'll just push these in. You know, no big. Now the trick, I'm still trying to figure out how to get this to pile like very like nicely. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Just go with it. Getting these to line up nicely is a real pain in the ass. Yeah, see, like that, like, it just, I look at that and I cringe. Not a problem with a fixed head processor. Usually because you can bash it in a couple times and it'll just kind of fix itself, whereas with these, it's, I guess I could pick them up individually, sort of. Come on. There's the weird animation bug thing with this where it's like after it's cut a log it defaults to open, but if you had closed it before it does weird things. And come on. Just kinda, I'm gonna call it close enough. When you lazy as heck, but OCD. In the end, I don't think it'll matter too much, as long as they're mostly lined up. When I go to load them, it'll just be like, whatever. Let's get this. Come on, I said let's get this. Let's give it a quick... just kind of find a good spot for this. Yeah, that fixing this pile up last night in game took me about 4 hours to do. It was a task and a half. I'm thinking I might get to leasing a loader or something. Or ditching this piece of equipment in favor of something like a Watara fixed head processor. For the sake of my sanity. If I keep doing it this way. It's like, yeah, this is passable and it's probably good in the field for small jobs like this, but in the way I'm using it, it's probably not ideal. Realistically, I think I should probably be towing these as close up as possible to the pile and then just kind of swinging them over. It probably works nicely when paired with a buncher. Or if you pre-skid the piles into a spot. Yeah, as long as you don't have to swing the log too far, it's fine. So I really have to make an effort to bring them as close as possible to the pile here. Yeah, like this one's gonna cause me problems, I think. Might be able to use the claws here and kind of coax it. Thank you, game. We'll just kind of pull that in. Yeah, I'm gonna do loading next. I'm starting to notice a bit of chunk here and there. Things aren't playing as nicely as they normally do. Come on. Do a little separate pile here and just push it into the greater mass. The other thing that the fixed head processor, now that I think about it, would let me do is I could be more selective with what I throw down into the piles. Because you have better control of the whole thing and the log, you can ditch stuff that's too small that wouldn't necessarily be profitable. Or like divide it up into separate piles. So you can separate your good money-making stuff and lower priority cut. Oh, come on. I know you want to. Doesn't want to pick it up. It's too fat. Alright, we'll do that. Alright, we're just gonna park this right up here. Doing good work. clear this out. Really, I just want to get the lane in front of the pile here cleared. Oh my god, that's a miserable log pile. Alright. Almost done cleaning up the cuts, and then we'll kind of give these a quick push here and there to fix a few of the sins. Again, I'll probably go in and clean up the rest of the bits that are just here and there that aren't gonna really affect the forwarder later. Yeah. This is where I've been pushing all the debris from the cutting. It's going to be quite the pile by the time we're done here. The key is to not forget about it. I think sometime soon when I finally get a chipper, I'll do a chip day, I guess you could call it, and just completely go back to the old landings and this stuff and just mulch everything. Mostly in the name of performance, but yeah. So I suspect I probably have what? 2-3 good maybe 4 loads here. I'm a really bad judge of that. With short logs, at least. The longer ones just tend to load nicer, and so, I don't know. Alright, that should be good. Let's get this guy out here. We've got 2.5 hours, almost 2.5 hours on him. Ooh, it's gonna rain. Neat. Got a nice big cup of tea here for filming. Actually, let's just make this easy on ourselves so we don't have to turn around with a full load. Just kind of do one of these. So I'm thinking at least 3 loads total. Probably 4, maybe 5. gonna try to pick off the ones that I know I'm gonna cause problems early on. And then what's left should be pretty straightforward to pull. Oh. I'm gonna try to grab these three and kind of shove them up off to the side like that. Give it a little space, but not that much space. What I found with these types of claws is you kind of have to do a bit of messing around with the stuff on the ground to get a good grip. And usually it requires you separating them from the pile and kind of doing a little I don't want to say sorting, but that kind of work. It's very fiddly. I don't like it. Let's grab some of these bigger ones that might be issues. It also helps to do that you don't open the claws completely and then try to close them from a full open. Like if you just open the claws enough to get around what you want, gets you best result. So like right now I'm just picking off stuff that I know is already sort of lined up, so I don't run into issues with alignment on the bed here. A lot of focus. The saying, slow is smooth, smooth is fast comes to mind with this kind of work. Alright, come on. Just keep at it, and eventually everything just kind of comes together, and we have a nice, nicely loaded log trailer. I'm a little too far away from my comfort. It's not so bad with these logs because they're so short and you can't really overload the claw. But one thing to always consider is how much what you're picking up weighs, especially when you're working with longer stuff, and like the smaller forwarder trailers and that tend to be really bad for tipping, even with short logs. But like this thing, it's built for it. You don't have any, it doesn't need the supports. It's got a wide stance. Alright, let's see how many we can get here. Oh, only 2. I was hoping for more, but whatever. Yeah. So like for example, like the in-game log trailer and the Anderson one, if you're working with anything bigger than 3 or 4, even 4s, sorry, like you have to be careful when you're picking up more than 2 logs. You can sort of get away without deploying the feet there, but I'd always recommend it, even if it does cost some time. I don't usually, just because I know I can usually get away with it, but unless you're certain you can get away with what you're working with, always use support feet. It just makes life 1,000 times easier. Really, it depends on what kind of tractor you pair it with. If you use a fairly big tractor or a heavy one, or have like extra wides or doubles or something, you may not need the to deploy the support feet for working with the smaller logs. And realistically, I wouldn't load anything longer than 6s on any sort of forwarder bed. I'd even be hesitant to work with 6s unless I had like a fixed head crane, and even then it would still be a nightmare just because of the jacked up physics in Farm Sim. Alright, let's get these two. Come on. I know you want to. Come to Papa. Not quite. There we go. Yeah, we can get a few more here. Come on. I want that one that's misaligned. I might end up with 2. Yeah, or 3. The hell? We could probably get one more on here. And then like, we got a lot of trash at the bottom of the pile. There's a lot of short trees. Not that trash isn't good, it's just usually something I call those small pieces. Usually, like, with the bigger trees that you're working with on, like, the Grizzly Mountain or any of the other dedicated logging maps, you don't get a good mix of various sizes. Ooh. Okay, I'm not gonna fully unload this one. I'm just gonna kind of cheat here. We're gonna do that. I'm trying to figure out where that one, like, ridiculously long log came from. Holy crap, I overloaded the absolute crap out of this thing. It's funny, it almost looks like a toy truck. Because it's overfilled, the proportions make it look just wonky. I'll probably have to do 2 cells, but that's fine. Oh, the back end came up. That was kind of funny. Just walk over here. I'm probably gonna have to do. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to let go of that because I don't think it's inside the shirt. Yeah, not all of it. 16, 15, 999. Wow. Yeah, we really overloaded that. And let's do that and sell the rest. So we're gonna need a couple of those. If I overload all of them like that, it'll be significantly less than in terms of number of loads, but still, it's all gonna get to the mill, so. Ah, wonderful tea. Keeps you going through the day. Actually, we put a pretty big dent in that pile. More than I thought I would. Alright, load number 2 of the day. I'm probably going to cut this this recording at whenever I get this fully loaded, or... Ooh. We got rain. Really loud rain, holy crap. Yeah, so whenever I get this loaded, or the day ends kind of thing, I'm going to try to be done before it gets too dark. Oh. Give that another shake there. And the next episode we'll go down to I'm gonna aim to finish this side of the hill, and then I'm gonna take another run at logging that ravine over there, like that's directly in front of us here. Oh, come on. Come on. I really dislike it when it folds up like that, but can't be helped. Let's try to fix this one. And not mess up the rest of the pile, please. Okay, never mind. Just mess up the rest of the pile. Few more to go. Let's go see if we can find some stuff that's already lined up. There. I can come in with the skid steer here and fix the alignment of a lot of this stuff that's just whacked out. Once I get most of the top stuff here moved out or flattened out. Come on. Where'd that log go that I dropped? Right there. Oh, it's in a really bad spot, isn't it? Let's try, of course it's gonna be annoying. Gotta remember that the controls are reversed here. I gotta pull some off of this pile on the end here. It's got some thick stuff and it's all messed up. But it's relatively lined up. Come on. Yeah, I got another, at least another load in here. Maybe a load and a half. Depends on how much I overload, I guess. Come on. Kind of give this a nudge. There we go. It was sitting on top of the headache bar there. And it annoys me when it does that because it means anything I stack on top of it is gonna be off off level. I'm thinking that's probably as much as I'm gonna get. Yup. Literally bursting at the seams. Well, not literally, figuratively, but let's do that. So probably being I'm just gonna undo the belts quick. Another 16 grand. Nice, nice. And I'm stuck on the thing. Oh man, I love the sound of rain. It's so calming. All right. Might as well get these last little bits. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be the last load I do. I'm thinking. I don't know. I was thinking of doing an all-buy like game past the first initial 2 leases of the forwarder and this processor, but like based on how fast this is going, I might just take out a bit of a loan and lease some bigger equipment. I don't know. Definitely a loan though, and if I can get like a loader and a clamshell bucket, or not bucket, your clamshell claw and the buncher head, then I think that's going to be like the first major set of upgrades. The only problem with that is it takes forever to get it going anywhere, and you need transport and this and that. Holy crap, that's like 7 logs. I don't think I've ever been able to do that with that. I suppose there are a lot of small ones in there. I mean, close enough. Let's get this one. There is a game that I'm really excited to see. That's, if you're interested, if you like logging stuff and logging games, there's a game you should check out on Steam. That's like logging or lumberjack simulator or logging simulator or something like that. It's being made by one guy, and basically it's fairly similar to logging in FS, but everything that this guy's worked on is in the name of you know, giving the best possible logging experience. As far as I know, they don't have things. He doesn't have things in it like. Oh dear! Come on! Don't play. Don't do this with me. Yeah, it doesn't do. Or it doesn't have some of the North American logging equipment. It's got like the dangle head processor, like we've got there over there, the Komatsu, and a forwarder so far, and I believe a wheeled buncher. It's also got like spin tires-esque mud physics and all that, which is really cool. And from what I understand and what I've seen being showcased so far, the performance on the logs is much better than Farming Sim. Oh, I'm not feeling good. I just got better. I just got over a cold. But yeah, it's when it comes out in any state, I'm definitely going to be picking that up and playing the crap out of it. Especially if it supports custom controls. If not, then I'll probably stick to Farming Sim, because for me, like, the whole custom controls thing is huge. I've messed around with custom controls in Farming Sim and Gold Rush and all that, and running dual joysticks with equipment like this of any type, like any sort of heavy equipment, it's 1,000 times better than an Xbox controller. Yeah, when Gold Rush finally does get the custom control schemes, or they fix their weird binding issues with how you have to bind multiple controllers, I will be going back to that. I'll be doing a YouTube series where it'll be all first person. It'll be all using dual joystick and pedals, except for the first person stuff. I'll probably just stick to like mouse and keyboard for the first person, like not first person, like on foot stuff. So like the shovel digging and all that. Yeah, they recently added the light trailers and all that, which is cool. That's something that people have been asking for literally forever. As well as renting and paid drilling, so you can now hire somebody to drill the claim for you rather than buying your own drill. But as far as I know, the return or the cost on it is crap. So it really, in the long run, if you want to drill a whole claim, it becomes more cost effective to run to buy the drill, especially if you're like late game. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. That's Gold Rush. This is Farming Sim. But yeah, I'm also always on the lookout for new logging maps, as well as DIY farming maps. So like Grizzly Mountain is a good example, where it has the ability that you can build your own farms and sell. Like, it's got basically all the base features, but it's a logging map. But yeah, I know Fenton Forest is another good one, although it's what I would call a hybrid map. So it's got a big logging section, but it still has a lot of a lot of farming available. No, what I'm looking for is basically think like this, but it's got sell points for grains and stuff. All right. I didn't mean to turn that off, but we're done. We got that all loaded. What was that? 3 loads? Well, I guess like 2 or I honestly I didn't really count. I can always go back and look, but we did good. We made off like bandits. Yeah, so I'll do a bit of a walkthrough showing you where I want to cut next. I'm thinking where I want to cut next. But it's cool kind of how far back it goes. Actually, just for the sake of the walkthrough, I'm going to turn it to 1x speed so that it doesn't get too dark. Just so we have the light. Alright, last load in for the day. Another 10 grand. We moved quite a bit in one day. Let's check that out. Money. Yeah, we've been consistently, like, since Wednesday, moving 50 to 40 grand of wood. And remember, we're playing at times 15 speed, locked. I probably could have done more if I just, like, cut, like, a few more trees. But, yeah. No, that's solid. Yeah. Alright, yeah. So, I'm just gonna hop over here. So, we got this nice little valley. I'm thinking, oh, damn, I missed a few trees. Anyways, what I'll probably do is I'll line up the next batch of trees to be processed. We'll cut the rest all the way to the top of the hill. Maybe a few of these, but realistically they'll get kind of caught up in the... actually, I think pretty much everything from here over to the ridge line is going to be... I'm going to aim to cut, and then we'll just follow back in here. So this is where we were earlier, and yeah, we got this nice little crevice or whatever you want to call it. I'm thinking there's one piece of equipment I'm thinking is probably going to be a good lease for this area, so I'll probably handsaw it, and then we'll drag it out with a skidder of sorts. Yeah, so we can either go this way, up this way, and then we get some good thick trees. We have to make sure. The only problem is that, like, it's pretty much, like, right there is where it stops. But, like, I think we can probably make it all the way up to the landing here. So, potential option for a road. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe if I cut things down and we smooth, but it's hard to say. And yeah, I think we're off. Yeah, we're off the land we own. So a lot of this stuff will have to wait. But yeah, where is it? So there was we made a left up here at a fork. If we go right, and see the other area. I think this is the area. Again, I remember it with less trees. I think this way. Yeah, this way. We got a lot of options. We keep pushing up. Again, we might need to landscape a bit to make it a little more accessible once we get a few more trees cut down. And I'm pretty sure there's another kind of ravine that goes up towards the cabin. which will be a good option. So we got a lot of land to go. It's just a lot of it's like not directly on the main road. And it's all in this backwoods area. But I think that kind of like, if you follow the cursor there, that kind of access route into here is gonna be our best option. Anyways, if you like this, remember to hit the like, and if you want to see more, subscribe and follow and comment. If there's any maps, other maps that you'd be interested in seeing in the future, definitely let me know. Links are always appreciated, and as always, I'm looking for some people to do multiplayer with in the future. Would be awesome, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow, when I guess day 6 will come out. This is day 5, right? Yeah, 5th day. Alright, see you guys next time, and have a good one.